Good evening everyone, a very warm welcome to you. Hope you're having a good evening. You might have seen the earlier stream. It's Nick here, of course. You might have seen the earlier ZX Spectrum stream, or you might have just come home and looking to relax, and that's what we're going to try and do. So we're on the Atari 2600, as you probably know, and we're going to look through a stream of games over the next hour and a half to try and ease stress and have a little bit of fun with it. It's nice and relaxed. Hi Julie, hi Stephen, hi Gumdio. It's all nice and relaxed, and we'll play a few games. Now I might have to jump in every now and again and change the resolution of the screen, which I know how to work now, because some of these games are in a different bit of resolution, everything will go in, so you might see me mucking about a little bit, but there we go. I should have set it up on all different screens, but there we have it. So we're going to be looking at Asteroids on the, published by Atari in 1981. We looked at Meteor Storm on the ZX Spectrum streams, so it'd be interesting those two compare. You've probably read this already. Hi Neil, hello. We're going to look at Maze Craze. Super Breakout, which I'm going to change the resolution of the screen to get working, because we tried that a little bit before. A game someone recommended called Laser Blast, which I had a quick go and I couldn't really get the hang of it whatsoever, so you might have a few tips for me. River Raid, that was a bit of a classic. Fatal Run, which is a race game, and Pitfall. Now I know there was Pitfall 2, maybe we'll look at that next week. We're going to look at Pitfall 1. So first of all, we're going to look at a bit of Asteroids. The asteroids are a little bit flickery, and it's different colours as opposed to the arcade cabinet, which had vector graphics there. Good evening, Jason. So just a test, as I always do. Can everyone hear me okay? Which I'm sure you can, because the microphone seems to be working. I presume that you are. So let's jump into the action then. Let me know if this is too loud for you, because I've turned it down from the Spectrum, so they tend to be a little bit loud. So yeah, blast coloured asteroids into their component parts. 1981 this one come out. I don't think there's any UFOs that turn up on this one. Thank you, Neil. I don't think there's any UFOs that turn up on this one. So here we go, shooting around the place. It only just seems like the other hour we were playing ZX Spectrum, and now we're playing Atari 2600. So a little bit loud, Okay, let's put it down a little bit. How about that? Oh, I'm going to get hit by an asteroid. Oh, that got right. That's a little bit more quieter by a smidgen. Ooh. Yes, okay. Well, we'll see how the signal goes. It's a little bit better. Okay, let's do down a little bit more then. The ship might blow up here, so I put it down ever so slightly a bit more. Right, okay. That's the thing with these games as well. Sometimes you get a loud one there. Ooh, kaboomed it. So I've turned it down a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh man. Oh man. Right, so I don't know if asteroids all have different colours. Maybe they've got certain things. I think the asteroids cabinet, was it 1979 or 1978? Yeah, okay. Is the sound a bit better now, the balance? I presume you're still with me. I thought we'd start with quite a basic one, but they're all quite basic, aren't they, on the Atari 2600? Do any of you lot have this one back in the day? Let me know. See the viewers things working as well. There's 8 of you there, and although we're small in number, I'm very grateful that you've actually tuned in. So hopefully when this channel gets a bit bigger, which hopefully it will do, I remember you 8 people for helping me build it up from, well, practically nothing. So thank you very, very much. Drop it by 30%. Okay. I don't think we've got a 30% guide on here. Oh, the vehicle is reversing. So in my earphones, it always sounds the same. Right, I've dropped it by another bit now, a bit of a big percentage. But when I was doing testing before, when I dropped it more than that, people just couldn't hear it. Okay. Right, let's go in again then. You can bet your life when we do the next game, it'll go back to normal, or no one can hear it. Kaboom! There must be a way that I can somehow see how it sounds. I mean, I've got it in the I've got a preview. It's on YouTube. It doesn't tell me how loud it's sounding compared to the 2, and I do save it. I do save it between streams, and I reload it. And sometimes the sound goes a bit out. It does sound. It sounds better, does it, Julie? Okay. Good. Right, we'll continue on this then, but this is a particularly loud game. Yeah, I couldn't find it earlier. Is there a mode on this where you get to fire UFOs as well there? I mean, on Meteor Storm there was, and any other ones there tended to be. So it's Njenkin radio as my ship blows up. Right, let's try flying. There we go. He's flying. It seems a bit easier to control than Meteor Storm on the Spectrum earlier on. It's a little bit gentle. Woo. And also it sounds a bit like the Jaws music, doesn't it, this? I don't think Jaws turns up in this one though, so we teleport somewhere. I don't know if you can hear that jet sound. Ooh. Oh no, I crashed into a purple rock, and that's what you get. So as a kid back in the day, if I'd put this cartridge in the older console, I would have been very pleased. The arcade has come home. Yeah, the teleport, right, is more trouble than it's worth, I think, to us like a degree. Puts you in worse trouble, doesn't it, really? But it's using the colours I've come to expect from the Atari 2600. Your pale blues and orange. Let's get out of there, right? Oh, Han Solo's got blown up again. Right, there's different game modes on this. Now, I was trying to find the UFOs. If I do F1, it goes up them here. Let's try number 8. I don't know what that does, but I couldn't really see much difference between the game modes. If you had this back in the day, let me know. So let's go back on here. Is it just more asteroids or bigger asteroids, maybe? Yeah, could be. Could be. So thank you earlier on to the two people that did the super chats that kept me going there. It's always good to see. Gives me a bit of confidence. That was Julie and Phil Hill. If you were to do a super chat, then it will show up in the top left. There's a bit of a delay on it, but it'll turn in the top left in some sort of like writing, and you'll be there on the stream. And I think it does an alert as well, I think. But it's a new technology I'm using, so you know it worked before. I'll just continue doing so. I think it's all to do with bandwidth as well. But I'm continuing experimenting with stuff. This is still the experimental stage, but how long the experimental stage will go on, I don't know. But I want to make sure this thing is viable before I sort of like invest on it. But anyway, I'm still waiting for someone to upgrade the internet. They said they're going to do it. We've done a sort of like deal. Just wait for them to do it, because earlier on and in a lot of streams there's been a little bit of buffering. So apologies for that. But thank you for staying with me. Hope you can see what I'm trying to achieve. Gradually learning bits as I go along, so it's not perfect straight away. But you know, it will be. Trust me, it will be. Don't know when that will be. Also, as well, there's some things that are completely out of your control. Also, sometimes YouTube might be having a bad day, or internet might be just bad in general in your sort of like area. But I just want to give myself half a chance. Let's put it on level 15. Level 15 feels good, didn't it? Still 15, yeah. Lag free so far, yeah. Perhaps it seems to have more of a problem in that 6 to 8 slot, don't we? Really? Or maybe it might be just this. There's less information being uploaded on the Atari 2600. It might be. No, the Spectrums haven't got a lot of information to convey, but this is like blockier graphics, isn't it? A lot of screens dark, so maybe there isn't much information going through the internet tubes. The Fortnite season release, yeah, I suppose that could slow it down as well, couldn't it? Really? But I'm sure they've got some room for Atari 2600, surely. Right, I've got 2 of these things left. I don't think this version does have the UFOs, does it? It doesn't have the UFOs. Haven't seen any. We've done like different modes, or whether you've got to shoot about 4 or 5 different playfields beforehand. I did review this game before, but on online emulation, and the asteroids were flickering a lot more than they are here, although they're a little bit flickery. So I might do a revisited one of this just to give it a bit of a more of a run. But you know, wondrous games. Oh dear, wondrous games from a different era. Early 80s, 1981. Well, ZX81, isn't it? The Spectrum, but it's before the ZX Spectrum really got going. There's a few games from the late 70s in the Atari 2600 that I've just got to see. We're going to be looking at one on this stream, but I have to change the screen resolution. That's Super Breakout. That's quite interesting with a lot of different modes as well. Come on, die, you rock. Oh, man. If any of you have travelled to space and this is like your day, then comment in the comment section below. Is there anything we can learn from this sort of thing? Boom, kaboom, 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 kaboom. So, if you haven't been keeping up with the channel, there is going to be some other live streams this week. Commodore 64 on a Wednesday for a couple of hours. Tomorrow there will be a ZX Spectrum from 7 till 9, so a bit later, so hopefully we're better with the lag. Seems to be that 6 till 7 seems to be a bit of a problem. Thursday is the Stunt Car Racer one, where I attempt to try and win Division 1, which is proving a little bit tricky. That's going from probably about 9 to about 10:30ish, or just before then. And then we're there. That's it for us so far on the streams, but at the moment, Atari 2600. A game tends to get reviewed of this system every Sunday, but we're going to alternate it with the Mega Drive. So thank you for tuning in again. There's 13 of you now. 13. Excellent for you. Excellent stuff. A baker's dozen, which is a bit like earlier on in the Spectrum. The most it's had, maybe I should put the record on the screen, but the most I've ever seen in a stream is 42. So maybe I should put that on the screen as a record so people can try and beat it personally on the stream. Yeah, see, it seems like later. You're right, Gumdy. I think later I'm having more joy, aren't I? Really? Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. It might be complete random. I think last week the Commodore 64 one completely turned off, didn't it, at 9 o'clock? And we think it might be to do with the football kicking off. But the football is now over. There's no more football. So maybe that might help. The football is over, isn't it? Maybe that might be something to do with it as well. There's no football tonight. When's the playoffs? Have they already had the playoffs? 6 PM is a bit early for you. Okay. I have to watch it on Monday, of course, because we do 2 streams. If I did a 6 to 8 Monday... No, if I pushed it later, then this stream would last later as well, and I get ever so tired. So we'll keep it on 6 to 8 on the Monday at least, unless it gets terrible. And then Tuesday it'll be 7 till 9. We'll experiment for that. Oh, I've been kaboomed. Right, we'll take out this starfield, then we'll have a go at Ms. Pacman. And that might test me then, because I'm going to have to change the resolution of the screen manually, so you might see me resizing the window like a big nincompoop. Right, okay, there's 16 people watching. Let's see if we can get it up to 20. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oops. I'd love it if you could have the Millennium Falcon in this. Oh my goodness, he's blown up again. Space travel is tricky. Oh, look at that. I hate regenerating in front of a meteorite, both in the game and in real life. So a good strategy is to spin, but that soon catches up with you. What was your strategy on this one? I think I still prefer... You can't beat the one you grew up with, can you? I still prefer Meteor Storm from 1982, we looked at by Quicksilver on the ZX Spectrum. But I'm not sure, was there any other Asteroid games on the Atari 2600? Hi, Tom. Was there any other Asteroid games on there? I'll have to check them out, because my knowledge on these games isn't brilliant. I'm still sort of like catching up. My main knowledge really is on the ZX Spectrum, which had thousands of games. Atari had slightly less, but still a good chunk that we can have a look at. Blue asteroids are hard to see on the scanner scope. Oh, that is it. That is it. Okay. So what we'll do, you might see my intermission screen, but that'll be me just loading up another game and changing the resolution, I think, if I can get it to work. So here we go. We're going to be playing Ms. Pacman now. Ms. Pacman. Right, so you're going to see me doing a bit of messing about changing the window size, because that's not showing everything, is it? Right, so here we go. Let's put the whole window on. So you're going to be... I hope this doesn't ruin the magic. There. Oh, right. Let's get that there. Could it be magic? Da, do, 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 do. There it is. Right, that'll do us. There you go. You just saw a bit behind the scenes there. I do like to involve you. Hello there, Jason. We're going to play Ms. Pacman. That's by Atari in 1982. I don't know what you was doing in 1982. How old was I? I was 8 years old in 1982. Good music in this. The original Pacman on the Atari 2600 was, well, rubbish. This one's got more sounds. The pills are still a bit square and rectangular, but it plays quickly. At least Miss Pacman, when she goes up, the graphic changes. On the original Pacman, it didn't. Right, get the power pill here. Tough luck, Ghost. That's it. I think my favourite Pacman game on the Atari 2600 so far is a game we looked at the last stream, and it was Alien. Someone had put an alien skin on the original. Oh, I'm dead. On the original Pacman. I loved that. You was a stick man running round a maze, and you had a flamethrower as well. That's good. I love the film Alien, so that appealed to my nature really well. Right, can I do at least one maze? There's a little bit of tearing on the screen, isn't there, really? But I think the original Atari 2600 did that as well. Come on, we got this. Well, that's close. Right, just a few left. Come on, Miss Pacman. She's got the same problem as Mr. Pacman. They've both got a huge eating problem. It's good to have that. Now, the maze does change colour in this, but you have to complete 2 mazes, I think, before that actually happens. So collect all your oblong pills. You know how Pacman works. I don't know why I'm explaining it to you. Oh. Doodle-doo. I think there's some lots of different gaming modes on this one as well. Another game is Junior Pacman. That was one. Space Rocks. I'll have a look at that. Conflummox. Right, I just glanced that out the corner of my eye. Sorry if I read your name wrong. I'm looking at the screen as well at the same time. I do like seeing a few homebrews. That's good if I can find a way to download them. Right. Let's get round here. This is maze number 2. It's amazing, but I've got no power pills left. I might have used them a bit too quick. Right, don't mess up, Nick. This looks quite good. Oh. Have I got another? Oh, that's it. I didn't even get to the second maze there. That was a bit bad. Wacka wacka wacka, says Gumdio, and that's correct. It's wacka 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 time. Can't touch me, or something. A nice gentle game. I like the music at the start there. Hi, Castardo. Hope you had a good day, sir. So we looked at a Spectrum stream earlier on. Now we're on the Atari 2600, looking at some classics from yesteryear. When I say yesteryear, I really mean the 80s. Right, some good music in the 80s as well. I like Adamant, and I also like Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen, and that song about Jockey Wilson. Was it Jockey Wilson? I'm sure it was. It wasn't, was it? It was Jackie Wilson. We all know this. But that didn't stop them on Top of the Pops putting a big picture of Jockey Wilson, which I found quite amusing. Right. Come on, we can do this. We can do this thing. Right, so. Don't turn back. Don't turn back, ghosts. Oh no, they're in hot pursuit. You don't want a ghost in hot pursuit, but it looks like the ghost can go quicker. Yay! Well, I can go quicker than them. Hooray! I don't think we played No Man's Sky this time, Costardo. I think there was a bit of buffering, as can be expected. But we're just discussing that the later night streams don't, well, have less buffering. So that might be a better bet for me. I'd like to play No Man's Sky. That'd be good. Up in 1080p and all those clever resolutions that I can only dream of at the moment. But I can just dream. I'm certainly putting in a lot of live streams, and I'm learning each time from each one I do. There's 19 of you watching this. I don't know if you've been watching all the streams and the way it's been developing going through, but I will get there. I will get there as long as people are watching, although it's like low figures at the moment, but I will get there. I will get there. It's persistence, isn't it? Persistence. Like Frank Spencer. He was good. Right, I think the maze is going to change colour now, isn't it? It's going to be amazing. Right, it's a blue maze. That's worth getting to. And it's like the same colour as that maze on the Alien maze game that I love so much. Use your walk gates, that's a good thing to do, both in the game and in real life. Thanks, Bonehead. It's confidence at the end of the day. If I can go in knowing that the stream isn't going to go wrong or turn off or buffer, then my confidence is so much higher going in, and then I can risk doing other things. So, you know, it's gradual. But I'm a big believer in thinking, just chuck yourself in. The more you do of something, even if you're getting bad feedback, the feedback's been quite good, so thank you. But even if you're getting bad feedback, a few odd things, you're going to learn from them. And, you know, what better place to learn from than the Atari 2600 as he gets killed by a pink ghost. Yeah. Right. Right, come on. I'm doing my own does. Ghosts are ganging up on me. I'm only human, after all. Don't put the blame on me. Right, is there different modes in this one? No, I don't think there are different modes, is there? Normally when you do... Oh, F1. What's F1 doing? Is that giving me more lives? I don't know what that's doing. It looks like 3 teddy bears. Let's see what that actually does. La la. I tend to like all Pacman games. I'm not a big fan of Pacland though. I like Pacman to be in a maze. Pacland, it was like a 2D scroller, wasn't it really? Yeah. Any Pacman games that you don't like? There's a lot of variants on the spectrum, of course. Gulpman, Macman, Haunted Hedges we looked at in a review the other day. But yeah, it's easy to clone, I think. That's the problem with it. Such an easy game to clone and try and make your own version with it. Yeah. Wizard of War, okay, I'll have a look at that one. There is another maze game we will be looking at later in the stream, but I think really, when I did a practice on that earlier, I think really you need 2 players on that one, because you can't play against the computer. But we'll still have a look at it. We'll still have a look at it to see what it was all about. Right. Dancing cherries. If you are a dancing cherry, comment below. I know that's probably unlikely. Where's he going? I always try and work out what the AI is of these things, whether they're going around at random, whether they're actually chasing you. I think these ones are a bit random. Now, Pac-Mania, Neil, is my favourite. It's my favourite of all of them, the 3D Pac-Mania game. Loved it on the Amiga, really impressed with it on the ZX Spectrum as well. I presume it came out on the Commodore 64 also. I can't remember if I've reviewed it or not, but if I haven't, it's certainly something we need to get to and possibly look at in one of the streams too. I'm enjoying looking at the Commodore 64. Yeah, no, good stuff. Although I owned a Spectrum and you're supposed to defend the one that you had to the death, there are games that I like on it that I think were better on one than the other, but I like taking a measured view nowadays. I like taking a measured view. I think there was one called Munchman Jason. Yeah, Munchman rings a bell. There was one called Macman. Munchman does ring a bell, yeah. Right, there's a dancing strawberry up there. Wacka wacka wacka. Pink maze because it's Miss Pacman, but yeah, I mean leaps and bounds better than the original Pacman on this system. Yeah. Right, we got to the blue again. It's gonna be a blue maze without you. Right, that's a bit of Elvis. I hope you didn't get confused that it was a real Elvis. I know we sound very, very similar. Thank you very much. Right, that's that half done. So there's obviously a strategy. There's an orange there. Perhaps I can get my vitamin C. No, it's getting too far away. Vitamin C is going to have to wait. Now, is that ghost in hot pursuit or is it just random? It is in hot... No, it's gone away again. It's disappeared. Square power pills. Now, I don't know what this mode's doing that the other mode didn't. If you know, let me know. Oh, no, that pink ghost is the bane of my life. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. I mean, as soon as I turn it off, it won't be the bane of my life. It's the bane of this particular girl. Don't want to be a drama queen about it. Right. So just these ones in the middle. Oh, how did I know? How did I know that was going to happen? One last go, I think, because Miss Pacman deserves it. Atari 82. Asteroids, the game before, was 81. What's this animation doing? I don't think I've ever let this run. So lots of ghosts going round Miss Pacman, taunting her. She's got a bow in her hair, and that's what makes her different from there. Maze Craze is the other maze game we're going to come to this time round. That was it, I remember. Maze Craze from 1978, which we'll probably look at after this one, actually. Get a depth comparison. Yeah. Good. 22 in the stream. Well, there we go. there we go. So yeah, I mean the later streams do tend to get a few more people in them, so that's pretty much to be said. We had a good bunch, well, apart from one person. We did have a good bunch in the chat in the last stream earlier on today. There weren't many of us there. It was a nice small bunch. Ooh. There we go. Let's get up here. Let's get that. Boom. Right. Yeah, I've got so many ideas for this stream once things picked up and we get the audience in. I wouldn't mind doing, you know, like you got those Saturday morning shows where you sort of add phone-ins and competitions, and they'd be silly competitions, not official ones that have to be licensed or anything. It would just be for fun. So I'd like to do stuff like that. You remember those Saturday morning shows where you get up in the day and you'd be watching about 3 hours till lunchtime. It was all like different bits and bobs, and it was stupid really. And you could bring in other people and all that sort of stuff. That is the dream. But you know, ideas are just ideas until you actually put them into practice. And hopefully you can see I'm making small inroads each time to actually improve this thing. Why is he so hungry? I don't know, Elf Boy. I mean, perhaps she hasn't eaten for a while. I mean, if you're going to take someone to a restaurant on a date, don't take Miss Pacman. She's going to absolutely rinse your credit card with the amount she's going to eat. I would probably go to the loo and escape. That's probably a good thing to do. She's even going to eat that strawberry. Right, I'm trying to save the power pills to last. Right, let's do it. Let's zip over there like a Pac-Man possessed. No one's wearing masks in this Pac-Man game, so obviously they got relaxed rules regarding the coronavirus. So maybe we should all move there. This is fine dining. It's a Michelin star maze. I mean, the ghosts must be quite annoyed that the Pac family keeps eating all their stuff. Yeah. Howdy, Kurosara. Hello there. We're playing a bit of Mus Pac-Man here, which you probably guessed already. Thank you for joining the stream. Much appreciated. 8-bit glory. So it was a 2 8-bit system today, the ZX Spectrum, a bit earlier on. And now the glorious Atari 2600, which predates it. So you've got games in the late 70s and quite often early 80s. Oh man, that was a bit unlucky. Actually, Julia, it's like that Happy Eater restaurant, isn't it? I remember that. Is that gone out of business now? Happy Eater. They're all little chefs now, I suppose, aren't they? I used to like the menus you got for kids where they would allow you to colour it in. So there'd be like some sort of scene or fairground scene, something like that, and then you'd sit there colouring it all in to keep you entertained, and you use that on the journey for wherever you're going. So that was quite good fun. That. Right. Oh no! I almost did that wrong. That was it, I got in there. Right, so they don't stay blue for long, this mob. Just that one here. Which way's he going to go? We've done it. We've done it again. Meet the gang, 'cause the boys are here. The boys to entertain you. Anyone know what that was from? You got more of a chance if you're in the UK of knowing where that's from. Meet the gang, 'cause the boys are here. The boys to entertain you. Yeah. Anyway. It was a top show. It's one of those shows that they can't put on anymore because changing times, changing attitudes to race and all that, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Right. That's right, Elf Boy. Well done. It ain't half hot, mum. A game they can never ever repeat, which is a shame. They couldn't repeat the first series of Grange Hill either, but it's on YouTube if you want to see that. I love Grange Hill. My favourite character is Roland. I'm only trying to help you, Roland. Yeah, those were the days. But they're all on YouTube. I was watching an episode of Some Mothers Do Have 'Em the other day on YouTube. They're good as well. They're good. They're lovely stress busters. Right, so I've got a bit further now with that talking. This is like a white maze. I don't know why I'm announcing the colours. You know the colours. You can see the colours. Lovely boy, lovely boy. Windsor Davis was in that, and the short guy in it that did all the singing was called Sacha Distel, I think. Yeah, it was Sacha Distel, wasn't it? There. He had just like a bit of not an opera voice, but that sort of direction. Right, here we go. I don't know what era that was. I used to watch it a lot as a kid because I think it was on. They can repeat Dad's Army till the cows come home. That's not offending anyone. But a lot of stuff hasn't really aged that well. Frank Spencer doesn't get repeated, but I'm sure they could repeat that. Maybe it's offensive to stupid people, perhaps. I don't know. He has a lot of jobs, Frank Spencer. Almost as much as me. Oops, right, okay. Frank Spencer going around a maze, that'd be a good game, wouldn't it? Ooh, Betty, I had a bit of trouble, Betty. Yes, as he sort of like says, that's my Frank Spencer impression. Ow. Yeah. Betty. That's enough of that. It's the impression in the 80s which all comedians did. Even Lenny Henry, if you know him, did a Frank Spencer impression. I mean, if anyone shouldn't be doing a Frank Spencer impression, it's him. But there we go. It was funny though, and as a kid I thought it was amazing. As you tended to do as a kid. Yeah. Right, okay. Frank Spencer. Mr. Spencer, you are fired. Ow. And that would happen every week with some great calamities. I want to see the episode, I'm sure it's on YouTube, where he goes round a friend's house, a friend of Betty's, and it's one of these automated houses of the future, which has got robot doors, it's got furniture that moves around automatically before you sit down, and of course Frank makes it go all wrong. And I've got to watch that. Perhaps I'll watch it tonight after this stream. I don't know what episode it is, but I hope it is on YouTube. I think they all are. Just knowing what to type in, isn't it, really? Great stuff. Yay! Right, okay. Let's go. Oh, it's a green maze behind the green. Oh God. Right, okay. Go through here. Right. Right. I keep meaning to do, and this might sound ridiculous, I keep meaning to try and book myself in to an open mic night, right, to see how I get on. Probably rubbish. Where an open mic night is where you go to a pub or a venue, and anyone can stand up and do a comedy act in front of people, and they either boo or cheer. And I'd quite like doing that, because even if it went horrendously wrong, I'd think it would be quite funny. Obviously, I wouldn't do the Frank Spencer impression, but I would like to have a go. Whoops, whoa. Oh dear, we can chase him. Right. There's a banana going around the maze now. I'm going bananas. Da, 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 da. That's a song by Madonna. Not Maradona. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I got blocked in by ghosts there. Right. It's time to put something else on, which means I'm probably going to have to change the resolution of the screen again. Maybe. Right, so we're going to play Maze Craze. That's right. Now this has come from a recommendation. It's 1978, but I think you really need two players on this one. There it is. Okay, it's a little bit small, but I don't really need to rejig that one, do I? Right. Okay. So basically, what I can make out is you're that red thing there. You can see a red thing, can't you? You need to find your way out the maze, and that's pretty much it, really. It's just doing a bit right. And there's the blue one, which is I think your opponent normally, and it's the quickest person to get out the maze. Now, there's a bit of jeopardy lost when I'm the only one here, but you can do different sort of like levels where there's enemies going around the maze. As I say, I'm only reviewing this because someone recommended it. But did you have this one back in the day? I mean, if it had been me and my sister playing this, I think we could have quite a bit of fun. That's a dead end, isn't it? That's a dead end. That's the wrong way. No, my sister would have laughed at me as I went hideously the wrong way. I was never good on these. Talking about Happy Eater, this is one of the things they'd have on the menu as well. They'd have some sort of maze, and then you'd have a pen, and you'd try and get to the centre as quickly as you can. Kids are easy impressed though these days. I don't think you'd get a kid spending too much time with a pen and paper on a menu maze. There we go. Some of the modes make it invisible, do they, Stephen? Well, that'd be a bit more of a challenge. I've gone into a dead end again. Oh man, my brain is never really built for these sort of games. Right. My favourite maze game on the ZX Spectrum, which hasn't aged very well, but I like it, it's called Maziacs. Right, I've got to the end now. Yeah, so 1978 this, I was 4 years old. Is it going to go to another stage or not? I don't think it is. Is that the end of that game? Yeah, I was 4 years old during that sort of like time. Right, let's try and do another mode then. What mode's that? Does a little flash, does a little bit of loading. Right, so a bit of the maze is that the bit of the maze that's invisible? Oh, I see what's happening. So a bit of it's going off and then flashing on unless everything's corrupted. Right, okay, I gotcha. Right. So you don't know if you're going the right way, so you've got to memorise it. Bit like if there's electricity fault. Yeah. I mean, it's a sort of game which I could see on the Spectrum as a type-in thing, so I can admire it from that point of view. But how long I would have actually played it for, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. You're not going to see many live streams where they're playing this game. That is for sure. And I think to a small degree, when I say small, I mean a lot. I think it's annoying me a little bit because my memory isn't good. You must remember when we played Twins on the ZX Spectrum, which is a pair matching game. I didn't quite get the hang of that as quickly as I should have done. But there's great music on Twins. Nick, you're going all around the place now. Yeah, that's a dead end down there. What do you call a butler in a maze, says Stuart. Benson and Hedges. That's like one of my jokes. Right. I've only got one joke, really. Well, I've got a few jokes. They're all sort of like rubbish. How's this for a joke? My friend's just got a job down the bowling alley. I said, is it 10 pin? He said, no, it's full time. That's one of my jokes I fall back on to be spontaneous with. If you want that one. Oh man, I can't see myself through the maze. This is a cool trick to play on someone with no sense of direction. Right, hang on a minute. You've probably seen the way out of this maze quite quickly. I might have to reload and go somewhere else. Right. This is a dead end again. This is a dead end again. We knew this was a dead end. Oh man, let's do a different mode. This game's annoying me a little bit. Let's do number. Oh, what's that? That looks interesting. What's that thing? Oh look, the bit of the maze is invisible again, and there's stuff to attack us. You know, this beeping thing feels a bit like when I was you know that game Operation where you got the tweezers and you got to put the bones in without doing it. Yeah. The pen and paper version is better, Costado. Yeah, you're 100% correct there. I think we'll get out of this game because it's not very good, is it really? But only because I didn't own it back in the day. If you had a bit of nostalgia for the thing, you probably like it a bit more than me. But you have to remember, it is 1978, I suppose, isn't it? 1978. Things are a bit early then, so it was before Fortnite was back on the stage. Right, okay, so a bit of intermission, but I'm still here as we try and load Breakout, which again I might have to change the resolution because we tried that last time there, and none of you could see the bat. And when you're watching Super Breakout, if you can't see the bat, then what is the point? Yeah, and you told me, yeah, you control this one on the mouse, I think. Well, what am I saying? I think I know you control it on the mouse. Right, okay. Oh, you can see the bat now. Okay, right. Okay, you can see something else you shouldn't be able to see. That's not very big, that is it? So let's try and make it a little bit bigger if we can do. Right, there we go. We deserve it. Right, okay. This is the professionalism that I've got. Right, how do I get that thing off the screen? Right. There it goes. There we go. So there's my bat being controlled with the mouse. I think back in the day you had a paddle with this. I tried it on keys and it wasn't very good. Heidi-hi! Heidi-hi, I like Ted Bovis and Spike. Yeah, get your hands out your pocket, Sylvia. That was a line in it. I don't know who said that. Was it Gladys? Anyway. And Spike as well and Ted Bovis. They were a couple of clowns. Alright, Spike. Right. Now, this starts off quite gentle until you hit the blue section, and then it goes off at some crazy speed. But it's another one that I like the sounds. There's nice high-pitched sounds, which is, which I sort of like enjoy. Bim. This reminds me a little bit. Hi, Joe Kim. It reminds me a little bit. This game was when I was a kid, and they had these listening tests at school, and you had like the headset on. And you had to put something in I think I put a Lego brick in a sort of like basket every time you could hear something to test your hearing. And it's these sort of sounds that's quite nice. I think as soon as you get it on an acute angle, the bouncing, I think it's almost game over. Whoa. Right. A low on the Amiga. I'll make a note of that, Wise Monk. I need to look at that. Is that any good or is it a stinker? I'm presuming it's a stinker with Arthur Bostrom in it. EastEnders was a stinker on the Spectrum, but it didn't make it to the Amiga. An interesting game, if you haven't seen the games on the channel for a while, is Street Hassle. Come out on the Spectrum, but for some reason they also converted it onto the Amiga, I think that's obviously following a drunk thing in the pub. Oh, now it's gone super fast now, and I'm going to struggle with the speed of the ball. As soon as it hits the blue things, you're in big trouble. But Super Breakout, another early one. Atari, 1978, people. So, you know, this game is over 40 years old now. 40 years old. I do like seeing the ball physics on these, if you can call it a ball. Video Pinball was a good one that we looked at in the last stream. I'm tempted to look at that again because I love that early pinball game. I do like a bit of pinball. Right, okay. If you owned an Atari 2600, what was your favourite game? A lot of people have told me Pitfall 2, and I will be looking at Pitfall 1 in this. And a few people said River Raid, which I will be looking at as well. But when I was trying this on the on the just a joystick, it was way too difficult. But you definitely need a mouse. Back in the day, you had the paddles. Yeah. So a nice gentle one. Breakout. Other versions, Arkanoid. First one I ever played, of course, is Through the Wall, which is on the ZX Spectrum on the Horizons tape, which I got, it must have been maybe 1982 or 1983. Other ones we've covered are Crackout, Batty, of course, that's a good one, and Crack Up. Not sure how many there was on the Atari 2600. Was there any other bat and ball games on that? Could be. Could be, but this is the only one I know at the moment. Such is my knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, Neil, perhaps they only did it to me because they thought I was deaf. Probably wasn't answering the teachers enough or doing my homework. I didn't hear any homework that was set. You need a hearing test. Yeah, it's those things I remember from, it was infant school in particular, or was it junior school maybe, the early times. I particularly remember the dentist, the school dentist. I don't think they have them anymore. And also as well, that hearing test. I'll tell you another thing that sticks in my mind with... secondary school is when we had to have our TB injections, and everyone was getting really scared of what they would actually do. That sticks in my mind quite a lot as well. Do kids still have a TB injection? It must have been about 13 and 14. I didn't get much of a reaction to that, but lots of people's arms like flared up, coming a big boil and this negative reaction. But I suppose it beats having tuberculosis, doesn't it? TB. Things change. Things change a little bit, don't they? Right. I didn't like the dentist. I really should go to the dentist. As a kid, I got scared because I had a few teeth pulled out, and they weren't the best. All I remember is the blue water they made you drink. But as long as I make sure to change my toothbrush often, brush 2 or 3 times a day, I hope that'll be okay. Watch the sugar that I eat. If that goes behind the... That's good. So that's how you win on Breakout, where the ball goes behind. Oops, I thought I was... well, the point's catching up there. I thought I was going to get there. Julie, you fainted on your TB. Yeah, a lot of people did. There's a few people fainted there. It was quite a bad thing, wasn't it, in the day? It did hurt, I seem to remember, yeah. But as a boy kid, I had to pretend that it didn't hurt. But it did. I think I was in this English lesson, and we just all called out one by one and keep coming back with a big plaster on your arm and saying, "Did it hurt?" And of course you'd say yes, to try and scare everyone. Kids, eh? Kids, eh? What are they like? Go behind the wall. Whoops. Now it's going to get super... That's it. That's what we need. I don't think I've ever taken out... I say ever. I've only played this about 4 or 5 times. I've never taken out all the bricks on this. It's not like Batty where it can take them all out completely. Circus Atari. Right, I'll have a look at that one. I'll try and track that down maybe for a future one or a future review. Quite, that's going so fast, is it? Let's have a look at some of the other modes that this thing has got. Right, so they've got 2 bats there. Was that 2 players? Oh, what's that? I like the look of that. Let's do that mode. What's that? There's 2 balls in there, 2 bats, so better the chance there. Oh, the Knit Nurse. I remember that, Julie. The Knit Nurse. I never had knits. I remember having chicken. Well, I didn't have chicken pox. A friend had chicken pox, and so what was the thing back in the day? I don't know if the parents still do this. They took me around to catch the chicken pox. So once you've got it once, it's easier. Apparently, it's less harmful if you get it as a kid and build up the immunity than if you get it as an adult. And I did get the chicken pox. It was very itchy time, but you can only get it once, they say. Is that true? Well, I haven't got it since. So I presume that's good. I suppose that's good logic, is it? Might be good logic. Whoa. So thank you to people that are watching this. I think we're up to 21. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing because that helps the channel grow. If you want to help the channel, I know a few of you have done it already on the previous stream, so I don't expect you to do it again. But if you want to help the channel, there's super chats there, where if you send a super chat, a couple of alerts come up actually live on the stream, and you're immortalised when it gets archived. It comes up as an alert on the screen, and also in red, I think, as an alert viewer. So there you go, and it does help me big styly. With what I'm doing and what ones are worth it, what ones should I continue with. So what happens when I get this ball here? When I release that ball, does that get released? So I've got an extra, well, it's about having a bit of retro chat with the games, it's a bit of a platform, but talking about old style as well, like the Knit Nurse and other friendly... Alright, there's that thing there, right. Oops, we lost our normal ball, but we released this thing. Yeah, good. Good old Knit Nurse. I bet you didn't think you were going to be in a stream talking about TB and the Knit Nurse, but there you go, it's happened. Right, okay. Oh, another, but right, okay, so it starts off slow, but as soon as it hits one of those blue ones, we're in desperate trouble now. Goes out of all recognition. We're just down to my own reflexes, which is normally a problem. Where's that landing? Oh man, I was never that good at tennis. I thought I'd try and catch it on the rebound. I think, yeah. Okay. Being immunised for chicken pox. Yep, definitely. It's a good thing to do. Is German measles the same thing as chicken pox? Yeah. This is being done on emulation, Joachim. It's the best way to it's the best way to stream it really, rather than setting up a camera and pointing it at the screen. Because I think, especially in 360p, I think too much would be lost. But you can't beat playing it on the real machinery. That's the best thing to do. Oh, I called it on the bottom pad. If that indeed is a phrase, not something to be heard saying out in a polite conversation. Right, go behind. Yes. Diddly 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 dee. That's a nice little tune. Oh no, it was going to. Oh look, I thought it was out, but I've got this. I think the bat's got smaller, is it? Why did the bat get smaller there? That's like an extra challenge, wasn't it? Oh, mumps, Stephen. The mumps is quite dangerous, isn't it? Yeah. The mumps is a dangerous thing to have. I always used to do a flippant joke when someone said they had mumps. I said, how many mumps you've got? And they can't have more than 12. Yeah, but they're kids, eh? They just make a joke out of anything. Oh, no, I've got a small bat. Oh, and I'm just pushing it into the corner here. Oh no, how do I get out of this loop? No, this is... I need to maybe catch it... Right, I need to catch it on the bat at the bottom. There we go. Does that put it in a different angle? Yay! Look at that. That was a bit of different bat work. Like the Batman. I'm Batman. Are you really? Well, make me a cup of tea. There we go. Hope you weren't disturbed by Batman there, or Frank Spencer, or whoever turns up. Right. Yeah, note to myself, don't forget to watch that Frank Spencer episode earlier on. Or some mothers do have them, the show is going to be called. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, and I'm familiar with 70s, well, I think it's mainly the 70s, it might have overlapped into the 80s, check out Some Mothers Do Have Them. One more, that's the tune. Right, one more go of this, and then we'll go on to Laser Blast, which I'm not sure I'm going to be playing too. What's that? I'm not sure I'm going to be playing too long because I couldn't really get the hang of it. But you might be able to give me some tips to improve it. You control a ship and must take out three bases each time. Oh, this looks a bit nice. So green, you've got a nice choice of colours. Maybe it isn't going to go super fast this time. Yeah. I do like that these Atari 2600 games had quite a few different sort of modes to them beyond the actual normal game. I'm like looking at this. I think my favourite game so far has got to be, well, it's Hero. I love that. But Enduro was a great racer. We will be looking at another racer today before the time's up. Oh, look, it's gone down the screen there. That's something to do. What's that other racer I'm going to be looking at? Fatal Run, that's it. I don't think it's regarded as one of the best ones, but been interesting to see that. So people watching, I presume you've got some affinity to the Atari 2600 or owned it back in the day, or just into your retro gaming, or just like watching some twit talk on about nonsense and retro stuff. Well, you've hit the jackpot here, because when it comes to nonsense, I can certainly talk a lot. Hooray! Right, okay, imagine me on a podcast with 2 other people, then, yeah, that'd be good. I don't get invited to podcasts, though, funnily enough. I would do one. I'd find the time, as long as it weren't on a Monday. If it was on the weekend, I would do that. On the show, but I suppose my internet might let me down, mightn't it? So perhaps I'll get booked when I... Oh, there we go. Perhaps I'll get booked when I get the internet sorted out. Oops, now it's going super fast now. It's hit the blue stuff. Hit the blue stuff. Oof. Right. Oh, no. When the blue stuff hits the fan, you're in big trouble. Yeah, Michael Crawford, he was a talented actor, wasn't he? Went into Phantom of the Opera, as you say, Jason, yeah. Good stuff. For comic relief, didn't he? He reprised the role of Frank Spencer for comic relief, and it didn't seem quite right. He seemed a bit too old, but I still enjoyed it. Much the same as I still watch Rowan Atkinson play Mr. Bean. That would be good, wouldn't it? I don't know how they do it. An episode which featured Mr. Bean and Frank Spencer. That would be a good comic relief thing. Oh. Right, okay. Frankie, do you remember me? Right. Yeah, I will be playing Activision next. My goes tend to last quite quickly. So as soon as the ball's gone here, we will load it up. I think I've got one ball left. It says in the top right, and then we'll be onto it. We're onto it. I think. Have we got one ball left? No, another ball. Right. I thought that was the last one. Obviously, I'm reading it a bit wrong. 4 candles. The 2 Ronnies. I recognise that. My favourite sketch of the 2 Ronnies, which is on YouTube as well, is about squash, where Ronnie Barker turns up in his Burton suit and thrashes the expert, which is Ronnie Corbett, about. You got to watch it. I think it's squash. Actually, it's squash, isn't it? It's squish. This game, is it squish? No, it's squash. I do like the classics. Right, okie dokie. So let's load up then another game. Whoops. Right, it's not letting me come out. Let's try something else. Right, okay. Let's have a go at Laser Blast, as you asked so politely. Laser Blast. Now, you might need to give me some tips on this, because I can't make head nor tail of this game. I did play it a little bit earlier on. Right, it looks like the screen doesn't need sorting out either, so that's good. There it is. Right, so essentially, what I can make out, you control a ship going along, and you must take out 3 turrets there. I must have seen it. The 2 Ronnie's Morris dancing sketch. I haven't seen that. I'll have to see that. It's going to be a good evening if I can stay awake after this. Yeah. Good. Right. Here we go. So I'm controlling this ship here. Now I have to blast these things without getting shot myself. And I've been shot. So what's the strategy here? And this kept happening. This kept happening all the way through. So just keep moving. Is that what I do? Okay, just keep moving. I got ya. I see. Thanks, you old gamer Steve. So I'm better already. Right. Keep moving. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good tip. So it's amazing how one tip can suddenly make you a lot better. Just don't hang around. Oops. There. Yay! Oh, there. Oh, I'm doing a lot better now. Right. You could be so... Oh dear, I've got hit again. So it's a nice basic game, this one, isn't it? Activision 1982. Yeah, I mean, on the practice go earlier on, I just kept getting shot down all the time, really. So, yeah. When you're shot, land on a base and you'll destroy it. Extra life every 10k. Right, okay. Thank you, Steve. That's taken out 1. That's taken out 2. That's taken out 3. Oh, that's good. I like Clint Eastwood now from the Wild West. Oh, land on the base. Hey, I like these tips. Keep them rolling in. Oh, look, I didn't even generate them. Oh, what would the 2 Ronnies say about this? I don't know if the 2 Ronnies played computer games. There might be an advert with them on, perhaps. There might be. Oh. They used to like messing around with wordisms, didn't they? The 2 Ronnies. Right. What was it? I think was it one of those sketches where one of them was a rocket scientist and one of them was a brain surgeon, and they say it's not rocket science, it's not brain surgery or something like that. I think was it that one? I may be getting mixed up with something else. I quite often do get mixed up. Oh, I'm loving this game actually. Actually, sorry to call you Ashley, but I am. Oh, I didn't land on the base that time. Is there different modes in this game as well? Oh look, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does 2 do? Does it make it more difficult though, perhaps? Right, that's you taken care of. That's you taken care of. That's you taken care of. So 3 down in my little UFO. Oh, you miss, you're in big trouble. That's you there. Oh. Keep on moving, da da dee 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 dee. DJ's got it going around and around. S Club 7, there were 7 of them. They never fought the Magnificent 7 from the old Wild West, featuring Yul Brynner. Yeah. Not that I'm aware of. They might have sung a song about that. Oh, come on. There you go. On to, yes. Take that. Ow. Right, kaboom, kaboom, kasplat. As I say, there will be another live stream going up tomorrow between 7 to 9. Some streams are more popular than others, but I'll keep going and I hope that they gradually improve and I can make this a thing. Right, kaboom, kaboom. And you know the lyrics, kaboom. Oh! Right, let's take him out. The Mastermind sketch, that was pretty good as well, wasn't it? What was the subject? Answering questions from the previous question. Yeah, very, very, very clever indeed. Right, what's the furthest you've got on this game? Is it best to take them directly from the front? It probably is. That's it. Yeah, don't hang around. Just. Oh, that was good, wasn't it? That's a good couple of shots. Let's take him out. So I land on him. So crash there. So even if we lose, at least we can land directly on them. Boo! Good sounds. I've said it before. I'll say it again. There's good sounds that this thing kicks out. The main producers seem to be Activision and Atari, and the occasional Parker Brothers game, isn't it? Was there any sort of like anyone else that I should be aware of? They seem to be the main ones. What's number 4? Let's do that. What was the difference between 1 and 3? I didn't really notice the difference there. Right. So, what I would say, as I always say, if you're enjoying the channel and want to subscribe and haven't done so already, please consider doing so because that helps me big style because there's a lot of competition here and I do want to keep going. If you want to help a bit more, there's memberships starting just from $1.99, but I won't keep going on about it. I'll just mention it once every now and again. So thank you very much. Click on the join button, you'll see what it's all about. Kaboom, kaboom. Oh, let's land on this thing here. iMagic made decent games. Thanks, Costado. I'll have to check out a few of those. I think all the ones tonight are either by Atari or Activision. I did like, I'll tell you another game I did like playing, it was on the stream last week, Empire Strikes Back. I wasn't very good at it, surprise, surprise. But I did like flying backward and forward, taking out those AT-ATs. And I think they made it a little bit of a similar one on Commodore 64, but called it Attack of the Mutant Camels, which I'm not paying attention now. Which I'm sure was just to avoid the license, wasn't it? The Star Wars license, most likely. But that Empire Strikes Back was the first licensed Star Wars game on any system. So before everything, before is come from there. One could argue. I don't like arguing. Oh, kaboom. Well, maybe. Right. Yeah, actually, I thought this game was terrible early on when I weren't very good at it. But thanks to those few tips, still need a lot of practice though. Thanks to those few tips, I'm warm into it. It's quite basic. Does the ground cover ever change over a number of stages, or is it always the same? Is it always a green landscape? I'd like to see it be different colours. That's what I did like to see old games where they were there. Stream still going. Thank you, Retro Coder. Yeah, this one's called Laser Blaster, Activision 82. Got a few good tips on how to do this one, although you might not see it. I'm getting a bit of distance. We're still going to look at 3 other games. 2 of them are classics, River Raid and Pitfall, and also a Fatal Run. Oh, thanks, Retro Coder, thank you. So, yeah, I hadn't had any of those so far, so thank you for that. You might see some amazing effect in a moment, if it still works. Stand by. Oh, look, Ko-Fi's gone in as well, thank you. So there's going to be a couple of effects, I think, go in. Right, oh, I've been shot down while I'm looking at the amazing effects. Right. Ko-Fi's gone down. Thank you very much. There you go, Retrocoder, that's for you. See, look at that. That's worked a treat. So you got the event list in the top left, and that says the last 4 events. So if anyone does a super chat or subscribes, then it stays there for the last 4 events, I think. And I got Ko-Fi whoop whoop. It was very quiet. So that I must say, even the small amounts, any amount really would help me, because a small amounts from a lot of people, and bingo, suddenly I'm in business, and this it is all to do with confidence. Sometimes you think you're doing really, really well, and sometimes you think you're doing absolute rubbish, but you just got to keep going. And I do like speaking to you lot. You're a great bunch of people. Right. Whoa. That wasn't a test. Was that from you, Stephen? If it was, thank you very much there. Thank you. Appreciated. Good stuff. Right. Wonderful. My favourite one of the streams so far would have to be Pacman, I think. I did like Asteroids too. That was quite nice. So you're going to get a little bit of an intermission, but I'm still here while I change the game over. Might have to change the screen resolution as well, but we're going to be looking at River Raid, which is a lot of people like this one. Of course, I didn't own it back in the day, although I had a quick go of it early on. I haven't reviewed this game at all. Oh, that'll do. That's sort of like on the screen, isn't it? Really, that's good. That's enough. Hopefully, it's looking good on your screen. Yeah, I think so. You're right. Let's change that. Let's change it. It did go behind, didn't it? I need to change that to the top, don't I? Actually, it is on the top. Maybe it needs to be on the bottom. Let's put it on the. Actually, it is on the top actually at the moment. So that's fine, isn't it? Okay, right. I'll have to see why that happened. There's a few gremlins about that I still need to tidy up. There's another gremlin on my at the start. You would have seen, if you were here at the start, anyone, you would have seen stream waiting to go live. I'm going to put a clock on that, and at the end there'll be a thank you for watching sort of like graphic, and there's supposed to be a scroll which didn't work earlier on. There's supposed to be a scroll that like the Star Wars scroll, thanking everyone that's done a super chat. Yeah, okay. Still like to figure out how to do the donations counter on the video. What, the Ko-Fi one? If you go to the Ko-Fi site, I think they give you a bit of coding, I think, to put that on. I think you can do it on a live stream as an integrated coding. I don't think you can do it actually on the video itself. I don't think so. Thanks, Stephen. If that was you. Sorry if the Ko-Fi didn't show up immediately in the graphic. I'll look at that. But there, yeah. Okay. Oh, you stated 2. Hey, Stuart's gone in there. Good. There we go. £4 through Super Chat. Thank you. That showed up quite quick that time. Last time there was delay on it. That's great. Thank you, Stuart. Wonderful. So your name is immortalised in the stream as well. So let's have a go of this. Let's have a go of this River Raid then. We've been looking at it. River Raid, Activision from 1982. Thanks, Stuart. Have a good evening, sir. Thank you. That's really appreciated. That's got it going. Right, so we're going up a river, and we need to keep refueling and avoid stuff. This is a rather cool game. You can't go up and down the screen as far as I can see. It's just left and right, and trying to learn what comes up next. I don't think this one come out on the Spectrum. If it did, let me know. I'd love to play it on that. But yeah, whoa. Sometimes you can't avoid the stuff in time, so you need to learn where stuff's going. Right. Oops, that's a bit. Yeah. There we go. It's a bit loud, this game as well. Hopefully it's not doing your eardrums in. But I'm getting a bit of a distance. Right. Yeah. Was there a River Raid 2 as well? I so need to review this. Haven't reviewed it yet on the channel. Right, I'm not doing too bad here. Just keep firing stuff out the way. An aircraft. Remember, you need fuel. Oh, I think I ran out of fuel there. River Raid was on the Spectrum. Thanks, Jason. I need to track that down then. Who was that by? I need to track that down. Hopefully, is it as good as this or is it a pale example? I know Enduro wasn't quite as good on the ZX Spectrum, but it was still playable. It's still a good one to see. It certainly was. Right, going forward. So yeah, it looks better, doesn't it? The stream with those graphics on. I think it might look a bit blurry in 360p, but eventually when it's upgraded, it'll be there. So the basis is there for something pretty special, I would say. So thank you for even watching it, and thank you for the super chats that have gone in, and the Ko-Fi on this stream and the one before. Because it's my dream at some point where it says viewer count, instead of saying 16, it says something like 72 billion or something like that. Is that asking a bit too much? Oh, let's scale it down then. It says 1 billion. Let's have something sensible. Right. I don't know what this River Raid is. Is there a backstory to this? Oh, I'm going to die here. Oh no, that's through we go. Through we go. Oh, and I crashed into the side. I don't know how I did that up in the sky, as Oasis would once sang. Hey you, up in the sky. You can slow down and speed up. Can I? How do I do that? I'm doing up and down. Oh yeah, you can do to a degree. Oh, you can. Thank you very much. I learn a lot from you guys. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Well, there we go. Thank goodness you lot are here, or else I might look a bit of a wally. And don't shoot your fuel, Nick. That's what you do. Right. So that makes it a little bit easier if I can speed up and slow down. That certainly help if I was flying a real airplane. As command phoned in, said, Nick, you can speed up and slow down as I was piloting my plane. Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for letting me know that. Oh, through there. Oh, that makes it a bit easier. What a nincompoop I've been. Right, fuel. Right, there we go. Right, I'm getting a bigger distance now. I know I can speed up and slow down. Right, if you're watching this not live in the archive, then a big hello to you. There we go. I like to include everyone. You can still comment in the comment section, say hello or something, or drop it a like if you want to. Don't shoot your fuel, Nick. Right, I'm desperate for fuel now. Oh dear, and don't crash into the side, that's something. What's the longest game you ever had on River Raid? Were you playing it for quite some time? I think as a kid I would have been quite addicted to this thing, much like I was addicted to Spy Hunter on the ZX Spectrum, just to see how far I could even get. 1,000 would be great, Retro Coder. That would be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. Right. But you know, small acorns. It's very hard to get noticed on YouTube, and I think what's putting a lot of people off. I'm glad that you can tolerate it. But what's putting a lot of people off is the internet speed of the stream. But I am learning stuff, so I'm pretty much at school at the moment. I'm at college with this. I'm not going to do a 3-year degree on it. Hopefully I'll just do a 3-month degree or something, and then we'll be there. So let's see what other modes there are on this. So 1 or 2, I think that's 1 or 2 player, that isn't it, rather than any modes. I might have to. Yeah, that's right, Gumdio. I might have to make the font smaller if we had a billion views. Yeah, but it's only that size because the 360p, so it doesn't go blurry. But when on 1080p, I might probably put it alongside the Njenkin logo or the Ko-Fi logo, perhaps. Off we go. Ooh. Yeah. The plane certainly needs a lot of refueling, doesn't it? It can barely go. Oh, it can barely go about 2 meters. But it's one of those games where if you like learn the layout, then you're gonna be doing quite well. Take that, you. Whoa, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of nice retro games about, isn't there? Yeah. Back in the day, I just played ZX Spectrum stuff, and was like, although this was only a couple of years ago, this seemed like ancient to me. you get a bit more of appreciation as you get older, don't you? Really, for the programming, how things are developed, how it's got a bit further. But yeah, I'm looking forward to. Thanks for that tip off. I'm looking forward to looking at River Raid then on the ZX Spectrum. Have to queue that up sometime. Beep 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 beep. Oh no. Yeah, good. So thank you, the 17 of you that are currently watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you just dropped in, hopefully this is easing a bit of your stress. It's a nice relaxing channel. It's not one where you'll get a whole heap of swearing on it. There are channels that do that, but which isn't wrong at all. It's just there's room for everything. So if you're watching this with your kids and want them to watch, it's pretty safe stuff. Any of my videos are, as long as you stay away from the very old Grand Theft Auto games where the swearing's by the other characters. But all the 8-bit stuff, you're in pretty safe territory. Good. Oh, as I crash into a boat. Maybe if I crash into the boat in real life, I might have sworn. I might have said, "Oh, fiddlesticks" or something like that. But that's as much as it does get. But different styles for different channels. It's important to go your own way and not crash into a helicopter. Right. Okay. I think you can get a sort of replica Atari joystick retrocoder, but unfortunately, it's that Atari VCS campaign, which might come good to fruition, but I'm a little bit worrying there. Thanks, Jason. No buffering at all. Well, that is good. So it does look like doing it later then is a bit of a help, which is good. It's good to know. So the whoa, it might be just complete random, but it's still good to know. It makes it more enjoyable, and you get more involved with the stream. So thank you. And also, it causes more people to stay if they do drop in, because I don't know how many people are streaming all at the same time. Probably a lot. So if you've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 channels that you follow, and they're all streaming at once, you can only follow so many, can't you? Really? There we go. Oh, whoops! Get round here. So this will be our last go, I think, and then we'll load up something else. Oh, is that the end of my last go? I think it is my last go. Let's go. So let's load up something else then. So you'll see a bit of an intermission. Now it's me just swapping it over like a nincompoop, the best I can. And we're going to be looking at Fatal Run, which is a bit of a racing game really. Not to my knowledge as good as there. Is this a homebrew? It says 1990. No, it says 1990 Amazon here. Not Amazon, Atari. There we go. So that fits on the screen. So that would do us. 1990, is that right? That's a bit late, isn't it, for an Atari game? What's the story there? Do you know about this one? Right. Oh, fiddlesticks. That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing I would say. Yeah. I could do it. Change animation. I could do it all on screen, all the faffing about. But what I should have done really, which I might do for next time, is set up 2 screens identical but in different formats for the games I'm going to play. But that's just a bit of a lesson for me. Now, why can't I get this to work? You cannot use empty names. Well, I don't want to. What the hell was going on there? Anyway, it's just one mad thing that happened one day in a stream that Nick did. Right, we're started properly then. I've wondered what the hell was going on there. I don't think hell's swearing, is it? Yeah. Okay, transition. Right, meet the gang, cause the boys are here. The boys to entertain you. So it moves quite fast. The rumble strips do remind me of pole position. Oh, thank you, Jason. That's great. Well, that's going to update quite imminently. Thank you for that. And just like pole position as well, the rumble strip seems to be bigger in the distance than it is closer up for some reason. Right, let's go. There it is. Thank you, Jason. Your name is on the screen, and you're immortalised in the stream. Hurrah! Right. Oh, what's that thing? I don't think I should have gone over that. That was sort of like oil of some description. Right. So I think this is in stages. This game. We need to get to the end. It's a very flat-looking ship here. It looks a bit like a Lotus Esprit. No, a Lotus or Lamborghini. I don't know. It could be anything. But it looks like it's been to the car crushers a couple of times. Yeah. Okay. Good. 1990. I wonder what the cartridge to this looked like. It's another game. It's another game I haven't reviewed on the channel, but I need to have a look. I wanted to have a look at a game that wasn't pole position really. See how it went. The cars you're overtaking on this one seem better, but they're a lot better, aren't they, in definition, than the one on pole position. It looked a little bit like a Shreddy or some kind of breakfast cereal. Oh, what's that thing? A space bar did something. Oh no, the car's blown up. The car looks like a kid's paddling pool. It does. It does look like a kid's paddling pool. Game over. So you just get one life, and then that's it on this. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. People did have an Amiga for 4 years. I think Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge came out in 1990 as well. So kids being kids, if you went round a friend's house and they had this and you had Lotus, I think you might have given them a bit of a hard time, as kids tended to do. Right, okay, so note to self, have a look at River Raid on the ZX Spectrum. Right, do that. Right, okay. Now there's 2 blue dots underneath the car, which I think must mean something. Maybe it's people I'm going past. I can't do any boosts, but I can do something. It makes an odd noise. I don't know what that is. Is that braking? I think that might be braking. Right, well, you don't need to brake in games. Just take your hand off the accelerator. Well, sort of. Overtaking's a little bit tricky. Yeah, he's giving me some grief here, a bit like in Stunt Car Racer. I'd be very interested to see what they would have done with Stunt Car Racer on the Atari 2600. Now that would have been very interesting to see. What's that? I just drove over something I shouldn't have done. Looked like a loaf of bread. Hope that wasn't your loaf of bread. If you're going to the supermarket, you need a mask on. Well, at least in the UK. Go kids paddling, Paul. Does this stage ever end? It's a never-ending stage. It might end. Some nice corners in this. Oh, the car's turned into well, that. I think that must be flame. Yoga flame. Right. Can I get to the end of the stage? Well, we don't know. I haven't read this yet. Fatal Run program. It's just about the program. Right. Okay. Let's head out. Yeah, it does look a little bit painful there. So yeah. So I like having that events list on there. It makes it easier for me to see who's done what. So huge thank you to Jason Stewart and Retro Coder TV. You are awesome. And it's you guys that keep the channel going. Other alerts that come up, which I haven't seen yet. If someone subscribes to the channel, I think it might pop up then, but it doesn't do a sound for that. And also, I think if a new member, it might pop up, but that would be quite rare for that to happen during the actual stream, because I presume if someone wants to become a member, they're going to do that afterwards, perhaps, I think. But it'd be nice to see that once in a while. It can do a maximum of 4 events. There's 3 on there. So once if it does a 5th one, your one might drop off. But we're at a point now where that's unlikely. Hooray! Right, come on. Sounds a bit like a washing machine, this, through a door. I don't know how many stages this thing has got. What's the longest you played it? I think I still prefer Enduro, you know, just because the sounds that thing produces. But it sure moves fast. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, right, around him. Oh, he's going to crash into me, is he? Get out of the way! Oh, he's weaving. He's like Max Verstappen, this guy, only a little bit more blockier. Of course. Oh, look at that. Max Verstappen wasn't alive back in this era. How old is Max Verstappen now? He's about 22 or something. Was he 23? He's 23 and he's got millions of pounds. I'm not jealous. Maybe a little bit, but don't be jealous. Is it next week? Is it a Grand Prix next week? I think the British Grand Prix, Silverstone, talking about Max Verstappen. The Mercedes is way too fast, and you know, Silverstone is the first of the fast tracks they've been to, so they could be about 2 seconds there quicker. I wish I knew what those bars on the right were, Neil. I really do. Whenever we crash into someone, we take some damage, so that might be something to do with that. Part of it might be fuel or how much of the stage we've done, but it's going down at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, right, okay. Let's have a look then and see if one of the bars goes to 0, anything crazy happens. I'd like to gauge my DRS and get past him. Oh, look at that! It must be damage. It must be damage, damage, damage. Right, what have we got left? Pitfall. I think we need to play Pitfall now because I might be on that for a while trying to get past the stuff. It's supposed to be an hour and a half stream, so you know I think it's good till we go on to Pitfall. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. Right, here we go. Do I have to change? Do I have to change the definition? Where's Pitfall? My definition is this. My definition. My definition is this. My definition. Where is it? That'll do. My definition is this. What song's that? I know I'm changing the words. I'm going to have to track that down as well. So many things to do. Yes, right. Frank Spencer, that's what we need. I had a bit of trouble, Betty. You certainly did, Frank. Right, that impression's been done enough now. Let's go on to this. Right, this game's great. I first saw it as a spoof on an episode of The Simpsons. Right, let's go over here. I think it was The Simpsons I saw it. But each time there's a stage, there's a level, and you need to complete it. I think I've only got past screen 3 on testing. This one's by Activision in 1982. So yeah, all the games today have ranged between 1978 and 1982, with that fatal run in 1990. But you got to love it. You've got to love it. Oh, so don't get run over by barrels. Right, let's get round them that way. Up the ladder. Now those barrels are going to come back across again. Oh, look, and I've fallen down there. That's no good. Don't fall down a hole. Maybe I can get round. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, this person with his green trousers on. The only other person I've seen with green trousers is that bloke in Bubble Buster on the ZX Spectrum popping the balloons. I lost energy down the pits. Right, okay. This is gonna take a while. Oh, I've done that. That's a surprise. Oh, yeah, this game would have infuriated me as a kid, and all my friends would have laughed like drains. Right, what's Pitfall 2 like? Is that pretty much the same thing? I presume it is. Right, get it on the maximum swing. Oh no! Duh, 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 duh. Right, okay. That's like ominous music. What a game to end on. Right, can I get over this tar pit at least once? Right, just jump over these barrels. I think Donkey Kong's throwing these at us, is he? Oh, look. Right. Oh, come on. I must get the time. I'm going to have to take a risk here. Oh, bomb, 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 bomb. I expect you got past these tar pits first time, did you? Right. Don't lose any energy, Nick. Just do it. Just do this thing. Da, 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 da. Oh. Yes, you're going to see me saying "oh" a lot. This after I said I don't do swearing. This is it's gonna test me, innit? This swearing thing. Da, 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 da. Yay! He's done it. What's going on here? We've got three. I've never been on this screen. We've got 3 crocodiles that open their mouths and close their mouths. So basically, I presume we've got to do it when they've closed their mouths, have we? Right. Okay. Hey! Who's done that first time? Look at that. Let's go before some barrels turn up. How did I do that? Oh, there's a time ticking down. We better hurry up. I've only got 19 minutes, 12, 13 seconds to do it in. Ow. What's going on here? Right, okay. Up we go again. Moving on up. Everything can stop me. Da 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 da. Right, now we've got a swinging bridge and a snake by the looks of things. Hello, Snakey. Hey! In your face, snake. Oi. What's... Oh! What's that? How'd you do this bit? He's done that bit. That's how you do it. And I've landed into some white thing. What was that? I'm getting quite far on this. He says. Right, this looks like jumping over water again. So I imagine Pitfall 2 is more or less the same, is it? Yeah, as soon as you got the system of jumping over those bits of water, I think that's pretty good. Oh right, okay. Okay, and the barrel might come along to mess things up. No, but it's got past that. Now what? What's going to happen now? Something big's going to... Yeah, I thought so. Yay! I'm doing really well on this. And there's the alligators again. Right. Shut your trap, alligators. Oops. Duh, 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 duh. Right, so I need to do it when they've shut their mouths. Oh, he opened his mouth right at the wrong point. This reminds me of that bit in James Bond. What was that James Bond movie where he jumped over a load of alligators, used them as stepping stones? Yeah, could be. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, that was pretty good. I think this deserves another go then. I didn't think I was going to get past the second screen, I don't think. Yeah, anyway. Is there different modes in this as well? I'll do one more go of this, then I'll see if there's any other modes. Because it might drift slightly over. It might drift slightly over the 1.5 hours. But anyway. Sometimes it happened. I've got more confidence in this one because... well, it hasn't lagged, has it? To a great degree as the one before. And when I think I'm doing a good job, then it gives me, incentivises me to keep going. And thanks to the super chats as well, because that helps me too. Confidence is a big thing. For anyone, not just me. Right. Oops. Get off here. Oh. Right. Yeah. I did it the first time. Oh. Maybe I just got lucky the first time. Yeah. Elf Boy is quite difficult, isn't it? As a kid, I would have been quite frustrated. I think I got over these alligators just by sheer luck before. Oh, I've done it again. Luck strikes twice. Live and let die. Thanks, Jason. Live and let die. What does it matter to you? If you got a job to do, you gotta do it well. Yeah, I love James Bond. When's that new James Bond movie coming out? It got postponed, isn't it? Is it coming out at the end of the year, I think, now? I think so. Oops, down the hole. Down the rabbit hole, as Alice in Wonderland once did. If you've been to Wonderland, comment below. Yay! Right, over the barrels. Roll out the barrel. Let's have a barrel of mess. It's quite easy to get on that rope, which is good. Not always easy to get off it. There's a snake there. Not as bad as the snakes in Aladdin on the Amiga and the Mega Drive, which we reviewed. Yeah. Star Trek Season 2. Is that the one where the Borg turned up at the end? Star Trek Season 2? Oh, actually, I'm thinking of the Next Generation. You might be thinking of the Captain Kirk one. Right. Thanks, Phil. Keep going, Nick. Will do. Oh, you're going to get on the event list again. There you are. Phil Hill donated £2 through Super Chat. Hurrah! Look at that. There's 4 of you there in the event list. Good stuff. Right, I'm glad that graphic works. It makes it a bit more fun, doesn't it, really? So it can hold a maximum of 4, that thing. Good. Right, let's jump on the thing here. We're there. Oh, he's fallen into water. And this poor guy couldn't swim for some reason. What's the relevance of that scorpion down the bottom? That's probably something quite important, isn't there, going on? Right, it's important just to jump off at the very last moment. Oh no, he's jumped off too early again. Captain Kirk. Alright, one more go. Oh, it's almost past. Anyway, one more go anyway. Yeah, I'd love to own the original series. They were great, weren't they? What are you watching it on some sort of subscription service, or do you own it? Because I know they remastered them, didn't they? With new special effects, and I think on the Blu-ray you got a choice of the original effects or the remastered effects. And I think really I'd keep the old effects on. It's a bit of nostalgia. Actually, I would like both of them, to be honest. Oops, I've taken a bit of a hit there with those barrels. Captain Kirk. What do you think of the reboots of Star Trek? I think it lost its way a little bit compared to old Star Trek, where it was all about the different characters. It's more. It turned a little bit into Star Wars for me. Star Trek. Hey, turned a bit into Star Wars, a little bit Star Trek. They merged into each other. Oh dear, you don't hit those barrels. That's what you don't want to do. Right, there's the snake again. We know he's type. Spock's brain. What was that episode with Joan Collins in? I like that one. They went back in time or something, and I think he might have saved Joan Collins when he shouldn't have done. I might be getting two episodes mixed up here. And because he saved her, it changed the whole of history. He was always mucking about with time, was Captain Kirk. Yeah. No one acts like William Shatner, do they? I do like the early Star Trek films as well. Motion picture was a bit odd, but I still liked it. With that bald woman in it. The Search for Spock. What was the other one? The Voyage Home. One of my favorite. Oh, look at that! My favorite Star Trek movie of the old ones is that one with Khan in it. I think he was better than Cucumber Patch in the rebooted, but Cucumber Patch was good as well. But you know, that actor that played there, I think he's from. I think I first saw him playing a Red Indian. I think in the cowboy films. Captain Burke. That would have been good. That would have been a good trapdoor crossover. Right. Come on, Nick. Oops. You need to get on the swing bridge. Does anyone know? I mean, it's giving you 18 minutes to do this. Does anyone know how many stages there are on it? There must be absolutely loads. There must be absolutely loads to give you a time of 18 minutes left to do it in. Oh, I walked off the edge here. Well, we've been going about half an hour, which is sort of like the end of the stream, really. So yeah, I mean, thank you for watching. It is. Working. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I don't think my sound's working on that last bit. Anyway, so thank you. I'm back again. I was trying to give you a clever end sequence. I don't think the microphone's configured for that, so apologies there. So thank you for watching the stream, in particular the super chat. Still got a few technical things there. It keeps me going. We had a bit of fun, didn't we? You might have watched one, you might have watched both of them. So yeah, thank you. Have a good evening. There will be another stream up later, well, tomorrow from 7 till 9. I'm really pleased that this one went without any lagging. The first one had a little bit. So enjoy your evening. Thanks again. And until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye. Right, just doing a test. I think you can hear me now, can't you? I'm just testing this bit. Yeah, anyway, till next time, take great care of yourself and a very fun. I've said this already. I'll say it again. And goodbye. You're great. Thank you. Bye-bye.